invited me for this session and talk about this topic, which I really love talking about. But I have a complaint. You've called me right after such an inspirational session, which was an army, people had goosebumps, and now you've called a civilian to talk about leadership styles. That's not fair, Sanjay, so next time please keep that in mind. Yeah? But I'll try to do my best. I think civilians, we have the power. We have all the power, yay? Can we say yes? Yes. Awesome. Okay, so I will be with you for the next 35 minutes, not for the presentation. It'll be more of collaboration. So you all have to be active, no phones. Just pay attention here, okay? I will start my introduction with the first slide because I really wanted you to see my journey, my organization's journey that I work with. I am Senior Director at a Singapore-based EdTech company, Cialfo. Have you heard of it? Has anyone heard of Cialfo? Okay, so it will be good for me to just take you through the journey. Though I was a part of this journey in 2017, but I wanted to share with you the timeline from 2010 till now. So in 2010, it was the two founders who were studying in Singapore in NTU, Nanyang Technological University, and just an idea came to their mind. They wanted to do something big together. In 2012, they actually helped a student to apply for a university application, and that student got into Wharton. This gave them confidence that they can help hundreds and hundreds of students going to their dream universities. So in 2016, what they did, raised some funds, seed capital, and opened the office in China and hired the third co-founder, William, who was based in China and who was working as head of the product. And 2017, they wanted to do more. They wanted to scale up. And how can you scale up? Only with one thing, which is technology. So in 2017, they thought of getting an EdTech platform, and that's when I joined the company, and I started the operations for South Asia and Middle East. In 2017, when I joined, and in 2018, we opened our office in India, and we marked 100th client in India. And these were the clients that were like just the best schools of the country, like Dhirubhai Ambani International School, Pathways, Shiv Nadar, all the top schools you name, and they were our clients in the first year. So what did we sell? The vision. Because we did not have a ready-made platform at that time. It was just the vision of the founders, vision of me, that we wanted to do this when we come to 2024. This is what we sold to them. In 2018, when we opened the office, then in 2019, we raised more funds. We needed more funds because I needed a big team to work with me. Now we had to serve hundreds of schools. So I hired what kind of people? People who were experts. People who were experts in their departments. So my leadership style during this time was that I was just leaving things on these people. I trusted these people. And then in 2020, COVID hit. I saw you spoke about COVID, how it crashed a lot of businesses, but also people who were innovative, they really grew. And Cialfo was one of the companies that really, did a lot of business in 2020 when COVID hit. Not saying that it was good for COVID to come in the world, but yes, it was good for us because we could help the world connect to each other. This was the time when people realized that you need technology. You need a EdTech platform to connect with one another. The universities from US, UK could not come and travel here. So what they needed a platform to connect with the students. And we provided it to them. In 2021, we were Series A. In 2022, we raised more funds. We were Series B. Lots of investment coming in. Now we were a team of 300 people. So I could not have kept my same style of working with these people. I could not have left everything on my people. I would have to give them some directions. In 2024, we did again a new office opening in Delhi. Now we have a beautiful office. We have a wonderful office in Connaught Place. And that is where I wanted you to see the growth of the company, not just my growth. Because my growth or anyone's growth will come based on how your organization is growing. Do you all agree with that? Awesome. Okay, now some work for you. Just take 2 minutes, we'll take a pause. Just think about a leader you admire and why. And then anyone can feel free to just answer, or I'll have to handpick, whatever works. Okay, your time starts now. Okay, so we are ready. We have such an amazing crowd. Okay, you wanted to answer? You've thought of a leader? Okay, but then I handpicked you. Can you just think any leader that has come in your journey and you really admire that leader? Yes. Do you just want to elaborate on that? Okay.
He is working, I would say, double the team working hours are, and at any point of time he never complains to the people.
He never has complaints.
He never has complaints.
Okay, and he was doing double the work than his people, you said.
Yes. So that motivates people to put more efforts.
Wonderful. So basically, he inspires you. He motivates you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was a very good answer. More answers, please. I want more leadership style. Yes, please.
Maybe I'll talk about my current CEO. I'm working for Deloitte and Romal Shetty.
With Deloitte?
Yes.
Okay.
So Romal Shetty is the CEO
Yeah.
of Deloitte, and I've worked with several organizations, right? And CEO is somebody that you feel that maybe, he's somebody who's not maybe easily approachable
Yeah.
or not open. But with Romal, I think it's very different. In the aspect that I like the most about his leadership style is always putting people first.
Wonderful.
So I think it has been the motto of Deloitte for the couple of years now since he has taken over, that people first concept and maintaining that transparency, right? When we talk about Agile, that yes, it needs to be transparent. People who are working on the ground also need to be aligned with the vision of the organization. Only then they know that, okay, this is the path that I need to follow. So I think this is what he has actually been developing and involving in the organization. And one good thing that the organization started was this Chief Happiness Officer role, right? So now happiness is an inclusive thing in the organization.
Wonderful.
It is not just about work, but yes, do you have issues related to your mental well-being? Maybe if you are, for instance, I did not get a chance to ask question to Colonel Zedi, but I'm an army spouse. Right, so then we also talk about, okay, how can we make things easier for you? Like for instance, I have to move every 2 years. I cannot change organizations, or I cannot move around every 2 years. So how can they help me provide a way, a more sustainable way to work and not hampering my career, giving me opportunities actually equally to grow? So that is what I like the most about his leadership, that putting people first, understanding, going on the grounds, doing sessions, interactive sessions with the lot, and understanding that what are your issues. Let me hear it from the people rather than it flowing through the different levels of management. So that is.
Thank you so much, because these were two different kinds of leaders that you spoke about. This leader, what he likes is more of just doing work for the people, and this leader is empowering people. So it's very different styles. Anyone else?
I have a point here.
Yeah.
So in my career, I have come across two such leaders, and fortunately, one of them is my leader today in my current organization. The first one, I'll just give you an example. I remember there was the CEO of a circle. He came down and he wanted something done from the tech team, and I was very, very new. I was almost a fresher in the team, right? I think in 2 or 3 months of time, there was this request that came in from a CEO, and our manager sat us together and said that, can this be done? And the team was really transparent, saying it can be done, but it is a lot of work. It is feasible, but not economical, if I can put that. And that leader took the thought, stood up for us and said, no, the team is not going to perform this, right? I think that kind of sheer trust on the team, that if I want to get things done, they will do it. But if they are putting down their foot and saying, no, this cannot be done, then I have to support that. And the second kind of leader that we have today, I think, there was a point that Colonel Sohail mentioned, that, you have to talk to your people, you have to understand them. And I feel it right now, actually Jasmeet and me, we both report into the same manager.
Okay.
I feel it now because the bond that we share with our manager, we understand that whatever directions he's giving us or whatever expectations there are, we have to kind of fulfill, because at a personal level also we do connect.
Sure.
So I think that is really important. The sheer trust that a leader puts in their team and gives the direction, not just do the work for them.
Great. These were great points. Can we just discuss rest of the points if anyone wants to answer, but we really have to stick to time. So, but anyone has a point, very quick point? Okay, okay, okay.
Since I have not talked much, it's always everyone has shared their feelings. One thing which I want to share about my leader is, he always asks one thing: let me know what you want.
Okay.
Let me know what you want, I'll be there for you, because I'm working for you, my team is working for me. It's not the statement. The statement is, I am working for you.
This
So
is what your leader tells you?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is something which is inspiring, and this is always motivates our team to work to the direction which he gives. And he's here in this, and I'm supporting him. His Ashish
Thank
Nag.
you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm loving these. Okay, so he's your...
He's here.
oh, he's here. Okay. Wow. Oh, so how many of you have your managers or leaders here in this room? Oh wow, then you should answer this question. But I really love these points, because these were so different, versatile points, and especially loved your point, because I love that kind of environment. At Cialfo, we have a culture manifesto. We have a book. When someone joins in, we make people to read that culture manifesto. What are the work ethics? What do you expect from your employee? Yeah. That's also true. Yeah. So let's see what I personally thought how a leader should be. A leader should be giving a very, very clear vision. And I think this point came up, that just showing the vision very clearly, it really motivates you. And his point, influencing, motivating, your leader should always do that. Help you to do the goal setting, like how Sir said. Set a goal, help the people to break it into parts. So that is what a good leader should do. Should be accountable. Like if you are doing something wrong, your team is doing something wrong, he should not go up and say that, okay, because they did wrong, we could not perform. It is he who is accountable for that. This is very important for me, integrity, that the leader should always have that trust and respect in team. Because if you have these people in your organization, you really have to value them. You know that they are very special, and that is why they are the right fit for your organization. Otherwise, both of you need to part ways. Like the organization is not fit for you, you are not fit for the organization. So this is very important. Empower. A good leader is who grows people under him. He does not take always all the credit. So all the leaders who are here, please give credit to your people. Problem solver. Effective communication. I'm not elaborating on these points because these are very straightforward. And decision making. Sometimes we get a lot of challenging tasks, but our decision making as a leader should be like really quick and helpful for the people. So for me, I thought these all points, just make a good leader. Now we come to leadership styles. Why I wanted you all to brainstorm on thinking about your leader, your manager in your journey that you really admire is because we will actually be talking about different leadership styles now. And then you all can just relate to yourself, to your managers, that what kind of a leader do you think my manager is, or what kind of a leader do you think I am? Autocratic leadership. We all know what autocracy is. One man rule. But this leadership is not good or bad. It is good at times. It is good. Just going back to my journey, when I had a team of 300 people, sometimes I had to apply autocratic leadership. Like I can't just be always leaving it on my people. Sometimes I have to just give them hard decisions that, okay, this is the timeline and this is how we have to do it. And especially in big MNCs where the processes, SOPs are already there, the people who join, they come with this expectation that they will just be asked to do a certain task in a certain way. So there, I think autocratic leadership works really well. Centralized decision making, giving clear direction, used when employees need clear guidance. So that's very important. These employees need very clear guidance. Used in situations requiring quick decisions. This is super efficient, but what is the loophole here? I mean, that's not a negative thing, but people cannot bring out their creativity. People have to follow what they are asked to. So, if I say that I had to be autocratic at some point, I actually combined it with another style of leadership when it comes to creativity, because I wanted my people also to feel empowered. Second is democratic leadership. Please don't see the style and fonts and everything, because I just prepared this presentation just yesterday and sent it to Sanjay, so just ignore that part. Democratic leadership. India is a democracy. We all know how democracy works. Everyone has decision making here. All good things about democracy. We value feedback. It shows a lot of trust amongst your people. But what do you think it lacks? When everyone will start saying, everyone will start putting their points, the decision making becomes really slow. So a leader can not always be democratic leader throughout his journey. He has to change his styles. But I hope we are clear with autocratic and democratic. Let's see the other two. Transformational leadership. Now this is required where organizations are going through a lot of innovation, like how Cialco did. We were undergoing a lot of change from 2010 to 2025, in fact now. So these kind of organizations keep innovating. So it inspires, it motivates, and encourages personal development, because then we send our people for professional development workshops, because you have to change very quickly, you have to adapt very quickly. So you go and do this course and learn yourself, adapt yourself. It increases the morale of my people. They start thinking, they start exploring, they start innovating, but when it comes to practical execution, it is really slow. Because when you are researching, discovering new things, then you do not know how this thing will fall. So that is why sometimes this kind of leadership, it faces challenges when it comes to execution. This is very similar, laissez-faire. This is also similar to the previous leadership style that we've spoken about, but I'll just talk about the difference here. So this again empowers, this is very similar to democratic, like empowers people to make decisions and use when team members are highly skilled and very self-motivated. It helps to build very strong employee relationships, but when we are following this, we have less focus on the organizational needs. What is the vision? We forget that sometimes. What is the goal? What is the long-term goal? What is the organization goal that we have to achieve? We forget that because we are so busy in just empowering people. So that's why no one leadership style is right or wrong, is what I'm trying to say here. Servant leadership. This actually comes very naturally to me. I really want to support my people. I want to do their tasks. I want to think about their well-being. I want to create a good culture for them. I want them to be happy when they come to office and build those relationships with them. But when we come, in 2020, when we came to that stage when our hiring just increased, we were hiring hundreds and hundreds of people, then I realized I really need to change my leadership style. It was good when my people were very highly skilled and it was just a team of 10 people. I could have just left things on them. But now I really need to change my style because my company has evolved and my company requires this leadership style of mine. Because I want to focus now on the organizational goals. My CEO will also ask me, where is the money? Where is business? So I have to focus on that, right? So that is servant leadership. Situational leadership is what everyone follows in today's world. Sir said that army is also changing. It's not just what the leader said and everyone is just following the command. Everyone has the right to just think and that's what I think you were trying to say. So this is exactly that you adapt to the style based on the situation and the team's needs. Best used in dynamic environments where you're changing constantly, highly flexible, but again this can be very inconsistent if not executed well. But this is needed in today's companies, the way they are growing, the way the markets are growing. So we need to keep on changing, right? So this is situational leadership. Any questions? Yeah.
One segregation as a transformational leadership, another one into situational leadership. So
Yeah.
why those two categorizations are there? Because now there is so much of transformational things happening, I think, in all the industries across the world. So as per their situation, basically, organization must be adopting the situational leadership only.
Okay.
So what is
was
basically
yeah.
the difference between the two, and what's the relevance of keeping both
Yeah.
in this one?
So that's a great question, and actually I was expecting this question because these two are very similar. The difference between situational and transformational is needed when the companies are evolving very, very quickly. They are innovating something. They are they're doing some research, they are bringing up a new project. So there you need transformational, not situational. Because there you would ask your people to do PD courses. There you will empower your people more. You'll ask your people to go out and learn new things. But in situational, your company is changing. Like maybe the company is becoming more mature. Your company is renewing. So you need to just match as per the needs of your organization. So there is a very slight difference, but there is a huge difference. I don't know if I'm able to make that very clear, but maybe when I show examples, that will be clear. I'll actually come to some examples as well.
Okay.
So why we have to change our leadership styles? Because of a lot of things. Technology advancements, like in 2020 when COVID hit, EdTech was a boom. So with technology advancements, you had to hire more people because we had to scale up. So everything changes. Your leadership style has to change then. Market shifts. Today, I think everyone knows India is the biggest market for mostly everything. Everyone wants you to come here and invest in India and do a lot of businesses in India. Right? So these are market shifts. Globalization. People want to connect with one another. I don't know if you are aware of like how many students go overseas every year to different universities in the world to study. So that is globalization because they want to learn how it's happening in the US, how it's happening in the UK. They don't just want to restrict themselves in just one country. And organization stage, which is very, very important. Are you a very mature organization, or are you an organization that is just at an initial stage? Are you a seed-funded organization? Because that will define what are your organizational needs and what kind of a leader that organization will need. Yeah? Okay, so moving on from here, this is an activity. I thought we'll create two groups, but I'm just thinking how to do this. I'll give you two topics. You can pick any of the topics, so let's not go by groups. These are the two topics. Just think about it, how a transformational leader guided a company through a major technological shift. A case study. Just think and feel free to answer anyone. The second option is how a democratic leader improved employee engagement during a period of growth. So you have 10 minutes not to think, 5 minutes to think, and 5 minutes we'll utilize to just brainstorm. So pick any of the groups and just think what you'll answer if you're handpicked. I thought I'll do it per table, like I'll divide into two groups, but they can pick any of the topic they like. Yeah, and we can just have two people just talk about it. Two different groups, topics. Yeah, you can discuss amongst yourselves, like on the table if you want to discuss, that's fine. Sorry, I can't give 5+5 instructions from there. Okay, this group, anyone wants to just, what topic did you pick and anyone wants to speak about? Who wants to take a lead? Okay.
So we were talking about transformation leader.
Okay.
And the first thing which is coming to our mind is Steve Jobs.
Okay, can we have him? Please listen to him. Please, let's pay attention.
Okay, so how his vision has transformed the complete industry in itself. He has, I think, by the time no company is that innovative, no company is putting that money into that complete transformational journey. But his vision is very clear. Like, I want to build a brand which is like helping the people and shifting the trend completely towards industry. So his vision was great. He empowered his people, and he gives that vision and I think support to his people so that they are able to do well in the complete industry.
Okay. Okay. I actually wanted you to elaborate on that support, but that's okay. Okay, this group, anyone? Okay, we'll come to you. So she's just speaking here.
Okay, so we did a voting because we are democratic. And then we chose the B1.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, and it came out like that. So the problem statement that we have given is the leadership style when we have to engage people during a period of growth. So we took an example kind of, there is a huge growth in the organization, as your example was also there. So the size of organization definitely matters, and when they go beyond certain cut points, then obviously you have to make lots of changes, and lots of changes in way of the overall governance of the organization. So we thought of that being a democratic leader, that transformational changes or the organizational changes that will come in, we will go through the democratic way. We'll talk and we'll talk about the necessity of it, and then brainstorm and come up with the things so that everyone can be an engaged person to come up with the new way. So that will be the democratic kind of a leader. Okay. But then eventually, once that exercise will be over, it will be self-learning first and then bringing a change in yourself, because now we'll also be getting into the another one, that is the A kind of a style.
Okay. Okay, that's a very different, maybe I had some other thoughts, okay. But good one, okay, thanks. I think we'll just take one more question if that's okay. Sorry, other groups, we can discuss it maybe in the networking, but. No, I'm taking this question.
Okay, so we chose Group A because...
You chose which one?
Group A.
Group A,
right.
okay.
So democratic leadership comes naturally to us. We thought we'll do something different.
Okay.
So in case of a technological shift, a transformational leader would, of course, focus on training the people, setting a clear vision, empowering the people, of course, to follow that shift, right, and ride that wave and be agile enough, of course. Another point that we focused on was investing in the proper kind of infrastructure to facilitate that, right? And so it would be in terms of training, it would be in terms of empowering, in terms of sort of getting the right kind of digital management systems in place, right? Given primarily in traditional sort of industries, right? Apart from that, we explored some examples. So say Zoom, implementation of Teams, right? And all of that to facilitate sort of the work from home culture that we saw in COVID booming. And apart from that, I think investing in e-learning modules, the schools implementing sort of learn from home model as well. So all of those could be something that a transformational leader could do, sort of to transition into this technological world.
Amazing examples, I think, because all of us here can relate to Zoom, Teams, e-learning modules, and how we adapted during COVID.
As well for us, right? And it is a transition that we saw in the recent years.
Exactly. And now with the AI coming in, ChatGPT, you just ask ChatGPT to create a girl with green hair walking down the streets of California and dancing on the song of Madonna. You can just get that video out.
Actually,
so now it's that world.
AI is mature to the level that they would give this presentation as well for you. Yes?
No, I wish I could have just written to ChatGPT, help me do this presentation.
That might be possible.
Yeah, I did not have that version. My product team they do use that a version of
4.0,
ChatGPT.
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. That was a good one, very good one. All right, because I have very limited time, I'll just skip. So how you all can develop as leaders, even if we have managers sitting here, but what is our vision to be a leader someday, right? And of course, even if you have your managers here, you might be managing your teams. So just do some self-assessments. There are lots of free or low-cost self-assessment tools available, and they are not bad. So like I have done this leadership circle profile, which is really good, a 360 assessment. And you really you get to understand your personality traits and where do you fall. So that is what shows me that I am a very people's person and I am more towards servant leadership style. So that is my natural thing. But now I'm no more of that because now it's a company, it's a big company and I have to really just command people sometimes. No, you have a hard stop, you have to do this, and you can see that in my presentation style here. But that comes actually naturally to me. Then reflect on your leadership. So not just doing the assessment, but also just thinking about the organizations that you've worked so far. What and how have you adapted to the organization? So that will tell you a lot about your styles. So a combination of two will help you develop your leadership style. Now can I do this quiz because this is really interesting. Who is this? Okay. You know what he's done? What leadership style do you think he falls into? And this was one of the questions, ma'am, you asked, sorry, I don't know your name. You asked me about that question. So this will actually answer your question now. Transformational, who all said? Yeah. Because Elon Musk is always innovating. So here, he wants his people to keep on just innovating. So that is transformational. He doesn't care about the result. He'll first innovate. So this is transformational leadership. Who is this? Very simple. Yes. Let's see what he's done. We all know what he's done. Democracy word is there. So it is democratic leadership. And the last one. Who is she? Yes. So you know her style? And what she did at PepsiCo? You all know this? Yeah, she helped the company to adapt to changing consumer landscape. What leadership style do you think this is? Amazing. I think we all have learned all the leadership styles here. But now it's the time for us to reflect on our leadership style and be a leader so that we can help our companies grow. Right? Thank you so much for the opportunity, Sanjay. Thank you for the lovely audience. You were really collaborating with me. Thank you.
What time do we have? No, we have.
I was on time?
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so we are going for a break now, but before the break, I think maybe thanks token for you. This is for you, Swati. Thanks a lot for coming.
Thank you. My pleasure.
So we are going for a break, a tea break. So the tea will be served outside and some snacks also. And we will be back by 11:40. We will be back by 11:40. So just go and connect with everyone, right? Maybe, I know there were a lot of questions for Colonel Sohail also. Just go and ask him now, right? He will be there.